Next, I'm going to do problem 15a, which says f of x equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4, and they want me to find f of negative 3. That means I want to replace my x, or my domain value, with negative 3 to find my output or my range value, which is like plugging in the x and finding the y that corresponds to it. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a negative 3. So I have negative 3 cubed minus 5 times negative 3 squared plus 4. Negative 3 cubed is negative 27 minus 5 times negative 3 squared is positive 9 plus 4. And that gives me a negative 68 when I complete that arithmetic. Okay, so f of negative 3 is equal to negative 68, or if I plug negative 3 in for my x's, my y value, or the range of my function, is negative 68 at that domain value. Remember that x stands for domain, f of x or y stands for range. Okay, now let's do 15b, which is f of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 7, and they want us to find f of x plus 5. What I'm going to do for this problem is exactly the same as what I did for 15a. On 15a, everywhere I saw an x, I put a negative 3. Now, everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace it with x plus 5. So it makes a little more complicated problem. I have x plus 5 squared minus 3 times x plus 5 plus 7. X plus 5 squared, if you remember how to square the sum, you can simply do that. If you don't remember how to square the sum, you can place them side by side in FOIL, because you have 2 of that factor, x plus 5. I'm going to square the sum. That means I square x, I multiply the first times the last times 2, that's 5x times 2 is plus 10x, I used that same sign, then I square the last, that's 25. Remember, that's exactly the same thing you'll get if you put x plus 5 times x plus 5, that's what the squared means, x plus 5 times x plus 5, and then FOIL it, you'll get that same answer. Minus, now I'm going to distribute the negative 3 in, that's minus 3x minus 15 plus 7. Negative 3 times x was negative 3x. Negative 3 times positive 5 was negative 15. I wrote down the 7. Now I'm going to collect all my like terms. That gives me x squared plus 10x minus 3x is plus 7x. 25 minus 15 is 10, plus 7 is plus 17. And that's what f of x plus 5 is equal to. Remember, I did the same thing. When you're evaluating a function for a specific x value, wherever the x is, you put that value. Here, wherever I saw an x, here and here, I replaced it with that value. And then I had to do whatever the arithmetic told me to do. Square that term, distribute that negative 3. There are your final answers.